Now turn up.
All right, we are doing peak wide receivers. So when is the peak age of a wide receiver? We did running backs, we did tight ends. Now it's wide receiver time. When are these peak wide receivers? When is their age? Because we kind of have a theory, or we hear this kind of, I don't know, is it 28, 29? Is it 30, or is 30 too late? Or is it 25, 26, 27? Like, when is the actual peak age for these fantasy football wide receivers? We hear all this talk, but if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. We're giving away a Jerry Jeudy free signed jersey. I want to give that thing away. Let's get to 1,000. Like, come on, let's go. I'm telling you, soon. So we are going to be going through 225 points PPR, 258 points PPR, 285, and then the big 299. We're close to 300, right? Why not 299? So 342 qualifiers for the 225 PPR. 342 qualifiers since 2000, which is a lot of people. I mean, it really is a ton of people. Average qualifiers is 17 a season. Well, we kind of knew that. If you do the math, 21 or 20 divided by 17, yeah, it's 17.1. Well, done. The average age is 27.26. So we kind of had an idea that 27 was a big age when it comes to fantasy football wide receivers. But is the average age 27 because it's kind of spread out, or is it a peak? Because that is important to know. Because if it's a peak, and a lot of people are, have you ever heard of standard deviation? Standard deviation would be like if you had I hope I'm just explaining this right. If you had a high standard deviation, then you'd have a wide variety of ages and just the median, right? Mean, median, mode. Mode is most. Mean. If you don't care about that, just skip like 30 seconds ahead. Mean, the average in the middle here, so that would be it would just be right there. But if you have a low standard deviation, meaning everything's kind of compiled together, that's a big difference because it means a lot in numbers and it means a lot in analytics. And some of you don't care about the analytics, they just want to know the numbers, and I will tell you the numbers. So if I'll watch the little analytics of this video and see if everyone turned off the math. And if you don't like the math, I'm sorry. But, so percentage under 30 years old, 77%. So it's good to know that a lot of these players are underneath the age of 30. Now let's look at from 23 to 30, 79.24%. So again, that standard deviation is still kind of wide. I mean, 23 to 30, that's 7 years. I mean, that's still pretty decently wide. And then we have players 25 to 29. That's 57%. So you can see the actual standard deviation of most of the players, 57%, lie within, if I can actually talk, the ages of 25 to 29. So that is the big key. Now, what happens if we keep moving up the points? What happens? Well, what happens is we get to 258 points and we have 194 people. We're chopping people in half here. We're chopping this stats, 9.7 per year. So you could say probably a wide receiver one? So a wide receiver one, we have an average age of 27.18. So the other average was 27.26. This is 27.18. Not a big difference. Let's look at the standard deviation. I know you're going to hate that word after I'm done. But 78%, under 30, kind of expected. 81%, 23 to 30. So, again, 23 to 30 is that age. And then 59%, so we'll just say 60%. I round up. 60% from 25 to 29. Wow, that looks very identical to 225. I wonder what 285 will be. 285 people. We have 95 players, which is average of 4.75. So you're talking about a top 5 wide receiver. Are you getting annoyed at me switching locations? I got one more for you. So, but 27.13 is the average age. Surprise, surprise. We are right around 27 years old. It's not much of a difference. 80% underneath the age of 30. We have 81% between, so we're still up at that 81% from 23 to 30. And ages 25 to 29, 62.11%. So over 60% still lie within that 25 to 29 year age. And that's just such an important age. We see that when players start getting into that 30 years old, we talked about running backs, and it's not the 30-year-old drop-off. It's actually more the 30-year-old drop-off for wide receivers, which is maybe slightly younger than we thought. I mean, I thought 27, I thought honestly the peak was going to be 28, maybe a little 28 and a half, but not 27. I think that's a little bit young, and so that's what we have. Now, so 299 points. That's an average of 3.25 players per year. What do you think the average is going to be? So elite wide receivers, elite. We are talking about 65 qualifiers since 2000, which is not that many qualifiers. Average age, drum roll, 27.08. 27.08. We went from 27.26 to 27.18 to 27.13 to 27.08. What does that mean in the analytic world? Probably a little bit elite, the little bit younger they are, into that like 25, 26, 27 range. Whew. All right. 81.5 point, 85, 81 point, can I talk? 81.54% under the age of 30. 84.6% from 23 to 30, and then 25 to 28, or 25 to 29 is 63%. Not much different. So if we look at peak ages, realistically, we are trying to buy wide receivers, 25, 26, going into that kind of like 26, 27 range, because we know that that is peak performance. And if we're buying wide receivers that are 30 years old, we're probably buying too late. And so, or even 29 years old. I mean, I love some of these wide receivers that are 28, 29, 30, but it's like we're buying almost too late into their peak years. So that is something to know. And sorry, I won't change locations all the time, but I just wanted to have fun. All right. So this is Mark with Dynasty Football Dads. Peace out. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.
Now turn up.